Well, howdy, Alex Mathers here. Thank you for tuning in to another video with me today. We are talking about motivation, how to quickly turn around a funk that you might be in, a feeling of flatness, a feeling of boredom pervading, maybe a black cloud is hanging over you and you just don't feel it. You don't feel in the mood. These are going to be 10 quick ways you can turn around your sense of lust for life again very quickly. This is not about those deeper issues that might be at play. Those are for other videos. Have a look through my other stuff that goes into self-development in all degrees and aspects. But for this video, we're talking about 10 quick ways to get yourself out of a funk, get yourself out of feeling flat and just feeling more energized for the day. So the first one is to tidy your environment. I know that I sound like a scolding parent and this isn't the most exciting idea, but there's power in the simple. So if you find yourself unable to get off the sofa, ultimately, this is about movement. This is about doing something to get you into some kind of a momentous state. You want to get into some momentum, and tidying your surroundings is not only going to get you into movement and get you into a physicality, but it's also going to tidy your environment and make you feel better, make you feel like you've created a result, a win in your life, and you're going to have a much better sensation of your environment after that. So tidy up, iron some shirts, pick up the clothes off the floor, tidy up that room, get into the flow of it and enjoy it. Find a way to enjoy it. You'll find your motivation pick up very quickly that way. Second idea to get you quickly motivated is to write a list of everything that is good in your life. I know that it can be easy to forget about those good points, the things to be grateful for, and we find that that's just sort of a waste of time to think about that kind of stuff too much when we have all these problems and all these issues in our life that require much more of our seriousness and our attention. We need to think about what's wrong with the news and the world and climate change, and our friends aren't responding to us and we're not feeling respected enough. Move away from the negative for a change. This is why you're feeling in a funk. Very likely that you're feeling in a funk because of that. And turn towards those things that are good. Make a list. Get cognizant about all those things in your life that are great, including things that you might scoot over that you don't normally notice, like the beautiful sky at the moment, or the thunderstorm that's coming in, or the recent wins that you've made, the things you've accomplished, no matter how big, no matter how small. Write them all down. You might also want to incorporate some ideas for possibilities in the future, ways that you're going to surprise yourself this year, ways that you are going to spice up your life and get re-energized, places to go, people to meet. Get excited about life again and focus on the positive. Get your pen and paper out and write down a list of all the things that's good in your life and get energized that way. Third way to get quickly motivated is to go on what I call an idea walk. Pick up a notepad and pen, get yourself a pair of hiking boots on, get yourself out into the city or your local environment and go for a walk and start writing down as if you're an analyst, you're a scientist observing the world. A lot of us get that sense of feeling flat and depressed because we think too much about the negative and we're introspecting too much, we're ruminating on negative thoughts. Get yourself out as an alternative to that into the real world and start observing things around you and taking notes. Maybe you have ideas that bubble up to the surface about anything and everything. It could be an idea for a new video or a new article or a new book that you want to write. Whatever comes to mind that will be motivated and prompted through movement, through walking, through getting yourself out into the world. Write those ideas down. Write about your surroundings. Write about what you're seeing. Write about the interesting colors and the textures and the sounds and the cars you're coming across and the types of people. Get observant again. Start looking around. Stop looking at your shoes and start looking around you. You'll find that movement into an observational mode rather than a judging mode, rather than a thinking about how bad everything is mode, is going to really improve your motivation, your sense of optimism and hope, and you'll feel a lot better from it. Simply just walking is going to make you feel a lot better. Some of the biggest writers of our history, Charles Dickens, he walked for up to 5-6 hours every single day, and he didn't do too badly for himself. So consider going on an idea walk, bring your notepad, have fun. That will help. So fourth idea for getting motivated quickly is to write down another list, but this is a great list. This is going to be a problems and a solutions list. So you might be ruminating on various problems you have in your life. Apology for these kids making noise in the background. Write yourself down a list of all the problems that you're currently mulling over, the recurring problems that come up a lot in your life, those worries that keep persisting, and just get down to basics here and write them down. Get deeply honest with yourself. So imagine you were your most powerful, honest coach. You are self-coaching yourself here. So get really honest about your problems, write them all down, and then think about them for a bit and write down some solutions that you can come up with that address those problems. You'll be surprised at how powerful this is, simply writing down problems and coming up with the solutions and coming up with an array of solutions of which you could possibly choose the best one, and you'll find your sense of hope and your sense of relief comes out of that, and you're going to feel motivated again. So problems and solutions list, try it out. You'll see how much this is going to help you feel better about things. Fifth idea for getting motivated is to create something, anything. Get yourself a set of pens and start drawing, doodling, having fun, getting expressive creatively, creating absolute crap if you feel you don't have that confidence behind creating a beautiful masterpiece at the moment. You are allowed to enjoy yourself expressively here. So get yourself a load of paints and just throw it on the canvas. Get yourself an iPad or a tablet and start drawing something, anything. You can do it on real physical paper, whatever. Start writing crap. Just get expressive creatively and allow yourself to make mistakes. This will free you up. This will create a sense of looseness in you. That is what you have been holding back, possibly, when you have been feeling that sense of boredom or that flatness. You haven't been allowing yourself expressivity enough. So a creative exercise is going to help you get out of that funk, get you more creative, get you in the flow again, and maybe prompt some interesting ideas that will appear in other areas of your life. So you might even come up with solutions to problems that you've been mulling over for a long time. So get creative, get artistically creative in particular. Start, folding some origami up, paint a picture, go outside and take some pictures, whatever. Get creative, get expressive, and don't try and make it perfect. Next idea for being motivated and getting motivated quickly is to read or listen to some fiction. A lot of my listeners I know are very focused on non-fiction and self-development and ideas in the real world. Have a scoot over to the fictional world, the world of imagination and storytelling, and especially, I'm encouraging you especially to move away from TV and TV shows and artificial sources of stimulus and storytelling and actually get back into your head again and make use of that amazing imagination you have and start filling in the gaps of whatever story is being told. So you might be reading it, or you might be getting it delivered to you through audiobook, which is also great because it prompts you to create the images in your head, which is a very creative act, and it's going to loosen you up and help you feel more creative and more relaxed and more motivated because you're using your brain again and you're not completely numbed down by the more intense stimulus that we get from things like video games and films. Go back in time a little bit and go back to audiobooks and reading and more primitive forms, shall we say, of creative entertainment and storytelling. Next motivational idea that's going to really help is to do an outdoor challenge. Set yourself a mission of some sort to count all the balconies in your area or count all the traffic cones. Do something a little bit silly, a little bit crazy, a little bit creative. Go out for a walk and have a mission of counting all the dogs that you see within a 20-minute period. I know that it sounds a little bit silly, but again, it's an observational activity that gets you out of your head into the environment around you. It gets you present and it's a bit of fun. You might take some pictures of it and start a weird blog or an Instagram collection of funny, quirky pictures that a lot of people wouldn't even consider doing, that sheds some light on the quirky side to life. So set yourself a challenge of getting out in the outdoors, documenting the world around you, doing something that is a little bit unusual for you, or maybe just simply exploring a part of your city that you haven't been to before, trying something different, experiencing the world in a different way. That is going to refuel you in a way that will probably surprise you. Next little motivational tip is to call a friend. You've got to get social. Sometimes we've been hiding away from the real world for so long and we haven't been in touch with people that we can feel that sense of flatness from the lack of socialization. So call a friend, or maybe you want to just connect with some people that have grown stagnant. Your relationship has grown stagnant over the years and you might just want to put some effort into reconnecting again and writing a few emails or getting on the phone and calling up some people that have fallen out of touch. And it's a good feeling to get in contact. It's a good feeling to take responsibility and start socializing again and rekindling those connections. Who knows what they could lead to? It could lead to a nice meetup, a coffee meet, or an event, whatever. Get in touch with some people, call up a friend, maybe you want to call up your mum, whatever. Get social. Maybe organize a meetup with someone or go out somewhere and get social. That's going to help you with your motivation. Next motivational tip, it's a little bit similar to the one where I recommended you go out and have an adventure in your city and count things and be observational. This is more about going to a specific place. So you want to identify a mission for you, a specific place that you can go to that you might not normally go to, It could be involving a drive somewhere, or a long walk somewhere, or a hike somewhere specific to the top of a hill or whatever. Just today, I went on one such mission. I said, okay, I'm going to go to the top of the hill here in Tbilisi in Georgia, which was a zigzagging, quite strenuous little climb up there. But when I got to the top, I got this enormous sense of achievement. I could see the city from above, and it was great for exercise and great for my mental well-being. I wasn't in the mood at all when I first started it, but once I came back, felt an enormous sense of pride and achievement at having achieved a particular and very specific mission. So think about an outdoors mission you could possibly go on, something that you can achieve, something that is specific and that you can write down, and something that just gives you a sense of pride and also involves a bit of exercise as well. Final motivational tip is to get yourself a book, Kindle book, a new audio book, but buy a book that you would never have otherwise bought, something that you would never even consider buying, something on a topic that you never even think about, that you don't even particularly like, possibly, but something that is left of field from what you normally buy. A lot of us, we kind of get stuck into the same types of books and the same types of learning and reading, and it's good to spend a bit of time outside that in a different field, a different area, and it might bring a different perspective on things, to see life from a perspective from an author that you otherwise wouldn't have experienced otherwise. So get a book on something that's totally different, totally far out, maybe even a YouTube video, whatever, some kind of source of learning or entertainment or insight that is a little bit left of field, a little bit unusual for you, and see what that does to your inspiration, your sense of insight into new things. And you might find that you get motivationally spurred on by hearing about the world from a completely different perspective. Hope that helped, guys. That's 10 ideas for getting motivated quickly, moving out of that funk that you might find yourself in. These are nice, quick ideas, have helped me a lot immensely in the past. All it takes is a bit of motion, getting up there, having an idea of what you can do. These ideas really help with that. Hope that helped. Do subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button if you liked it, and I will see you guys in the next video.